So Arsenal begin their defence of the FA Cup this weekend with a home tie against Newcastle United. In this video, I preview that match. Hello, my name is Richard. Welcome back to my channel over and over again, the Positive Arsenal channel. In this video, I'm going to look ahead to Saturday's FA Cup tie here at the Emirates against Newcastle United. It's a big game for Arsenal, of course, as we begin our defence of the trophy. Just before I get into all that, I want to make sure that you are subscribing to my channel. So if you like what I do, or if you're new here and you like some positive Arsenal content, please click on the subscribe button down in the corner there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as well. If you've got any comments at all to make about the match on Saturday or anything else to do with Arsenal, please drop me in the comments box, as I do love to hear from you guys as well. So in history then, this will be the 11th time that we've faced Newcastle United in the FA Cup. That does include replays. Arsenal have won 4 of the previous 10. Newcastle have won 4, and there has been 2 draws. The first meeting between the sides was back in January 1902, when Arsenal was still playing at Woolwich, actually at Plumstead. Newcastle did win that game 2-0, but that's the only time that they've won an FA Cup tie away at Arsenal. The 3 previous meetings in North London have all ended in 3-0 victories for Arsenal. That was in 1936 in a replay, 2002 also in a replay, and then 2008 as well. All those games, I say, finished in 3-0 victories to Arsenal. Newcastle's last victory against Arsenal in the FA Cup actually came in the final. That was in 1952. It was a late goal from George Robledo at Wembley that saw Newcastle win that game 1-0. Arsenal actually finished that final with just 7 fit players, a lot of injury problems at the end of that season. That was the second time actually that Newcastle had beaten Arsenal in the FA Cup final. The previous occasion was 20 years earlier in 1932, and that was a famous over-the-line goal that Newcastle scored to equalise. Of course, no VAR in those days, so although the ball had already crossed the line, the goal was given and Newcastle went on to win that game 2-1. Of course, Arsenal did get a little bit of revenge in a final in 1998. Of course, when Arsenal won 2-0 at Wembley with goals from Mark Overmars and Nicolas Anelka to seal the double. I say Arsenal are actually unbeaten in the last 4 meetings in the FA Cup with Newcastle, which includes that game. There was also 2-3-0 victories at the Emirates and a 1-1 draw at St James's Park. In more general terms, Newcastle's record at the Emirates has been really poor. In 14 visits in all competitions, Arsenal have won 12, there's been 1 draw, and Newcastle have won just 1. So Arsenal have scored 36 goals in those games, and Newcastle have scored just 7. In fact, Arsenal have won their last 8 meetings at home against Newcastle in all competitions. That's going back to November 2010, which was Newcastle's last victory. And in fact, Arsenal have won 12 of the last 13. That defeat there to an Andy Carroll goal is the only game that Arsenal haven't won, and that's going all the way back to 2006. So certainly Arsenal have a great record at the Emirates against Newcastle in recent years, and also, as well, I say, in recent years in the FA Cup as well. In terms of the team selection, I am expecting Arsenal to make quite a few changes for this game. We've played a lot of games in quick succession in the Premier League, so I believe Mikel Arteta will rotate the squad and give some players some game time that maybe haven't played that much recently. So I think Bernd Leno will still start in goal. I don't think he's going to trust Alex Renarson after his disastrous performance against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup just before Christmas. I think we'll stick with the back 4. I can see Cedric Suarez getting a game at right back. Hector Bellerin's got a bit of an injury concern, and I think he would have probably been rested for this game anyway. I think the 2 centre-backs, we could well see David Luiz back in the side. Of course, he was on the bench at West Brom, and possibly Gabriel back as well. I'm not sure how his fitness is, of course, after his positive COVID test, whether or not he's got through his self-isolation yet. But if he has, I would expect him to be back in the side. And I think at left-back, I think we might well see Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think Kieran Tierney probably needs a rest, doesn't he? Some great performances over the last few weeks, but a lot of games that he's played, so I think he may well get rested, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles will step in there. I think the two in central midfield, I can see Mohamed El Neni coming back into the side. He was rested at West Brom. Possibly Danny Ceballos may well keep his place from that game. I think Granit Xhaka will probably get rested. Again, he played quite a lot of games over Christmas, didn't he? So I can see that being the case there. In terms of the three just behind the striker, again, I think there'll be changes there. I think Bukayo Saka may well get rested. He's had a few knocks lately, although he's been playing really well. But I think Nicolas Pepe will probably come in on the right-hand side. On the left, I think Gabriel Martinelli might well come back. He was rested at West Brom, but he does need a bit more game time to get himself fully up to speed. So I can see him starting this game on the left. In the number 10 position, I think Emile Smith-Rowe will get rested as well. Again, he's played a lot of games in a short space of time. He's had a few injury problems in the past. I can actually see maybe Willian getting a nod in the number 10 position in this game, or possibly Joe Willock maybe. So we'll see about that position there. And then the centre forward position, again, there's a few options there. Lacazette's been playing well, but I think he might well be rested. I think that Aubameyang's not been playing particularly well, but maybe he needs a goal. But I actually think the choice is going to come down to between Eddie Nketiah, if he's still at the club. Of course, there's interest from Wolves with him, or hopefully Florent Balogun. I'd like to see him play a game against the Premier League opposition, just to see how he gets on. The team's going to be very similar to that. I'll be quite surprised if there's too many differences from that. In terms of Newcastle, I think they'll probably rest a few players as well. They tend to do that in the cup games, don't they? So I'm not expecting a necessarily full strength Newcastle side. So I think it's going to be two completely different 11s, I think, from when we play in the league, of course, next Monday night. So, but that's the team that I think we'll go with. In terms of a score prediction then, obviously with the holds of the FA Cup, it's an important competition for us as well. We've still got a lot of work to do in the league if we're to get in the top 6 and get a European place, or even the top 4. So I do think the FA Cup could offer us another lifeline to get back into Europe again, as it did last season. Of course, we've got a great record in this competition. Mikel Arteta's got a great record in this competition. It's not the easiest of ties to start with. Newcastle are going to come to the Emirates and keep it very tight, get a lot of men behind the ball as they tend to do. They're going to be difficult to break down, and we've struggled against this sort of opposition at home this season, so it's not going to be an easy game. I just think the FA Cup seems to be the competition that we tend to raise our game for, and I do believe that we will come out on top and progress through to the 4th round. So I'm going to predict the final score will be an Arsenal 2, Newcastle 0. So I say this is a big game for Arsenal. I do feel the FA Cup is going to be a big competition for us again, and I say it could be our way back into Europe. So it's important that we take this game seriously. I'm sure Mikel Arteta will. He has got a great record in cup competitions as manager of Arsenal, and of course he did well in all the cups at Manchester City prior to that as well. So I do think Arsenal are going to come into this game in the right frame of mind, ready to win this game. It's just going to be how quickly we can break down this Newcastle defence. Of course, with no replays, Newcastle could maybe decide they want to take it all the way to penalties and chance their luck there. So it is going to be a tough game. So I do think Arsenal come out on top. I do think it's an important game, but I'm not going to read too much into this with the league games coming up, because I do think it's going to be a much changed team. It's a good opportunity maybe for some of these other players who have not really been performing that well in the league in recent weeks to step in and maybe show that they still can do a job when needed. So I think it's an important game for some of these players as well. But it's a big game for Arsenal. I'm looking forward to it. The FA Cup's a great competition, and it'd be great to get through to the final and win it again, wouldn't it? So that's my preview then of Saturday's FA Cup 3rd round tie against Newcastle United. Let me know in the comments box what your team selection would be, what your score prediction would be. Do you think Mikel Arteta will rest a lot of players, or do you think he's going to go with a similar side that's been playing so well in the league, keep the momentum going? I don't know. I think we've got some big league games coming up in the following week, so I can see a lot of changes. But let me know what you think. Let me know your score prediction as well. Stay tuned to the channel as well, because I'll have a live watch along of this game on Saturday, and also as well on Friday I'm going to be doing my preview show. I'm hoping to get a Newcastle fan on. We're going to be doing all the usual stuff, looking back on past memories of meetings between the sides, focusing on some players that's played for both clubs as well. There's some big names out on that list in this particular game, so that's going to be interesting as well. So stay tuned to the channel for that. If you haven't done so already, please click the subscribe button, which is down in the corner there. Please give this video the thumbs up as well, and if you do like my content, please share it around as well to get it noticed on social media. I do try to keep things positive. It's been difficult, a little bit easier over the last couple of weeks, but it has been difficult. But I've been trying to keep things positive, and I'm hoping that you enjoy the content. So thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel, and of course in the meantime, as always, as we head towards a really big game for Arsenal in this FA Cup, come on you Gunners!